In the heart of December, when winter wrapped ancient Rome in silence, something extraordinary happened. A festival exploded into life, breaking every rule, reversing every hierarchy, and transforming the greatest empire on Earth into a world of freedom, laughter, and ritual chaos. This was Saturnalia, the true ancient celebration that shaped traditions we still practice today. But behind the joy and excess, Saturnalia hid a secret message, one that Rome never forgot, and one that still echoes in our modern world. What hidden truth was Saturnalia trying to preserve? And why did this festival survive the fall of Rome and become the shadow behind Christmas itself? Before we begin, remember to subscribe to our channel, Best of History and Mythology. Leave a like, and activate the notification bell so you never miss a new historical journey. In the cold weeks of December, ancient Rome erupted into one of the most extraordinary celebrations of the year, Saturnalia. As the festival began, the city shifted overnight from a disciplined society into a world of unleashed joy, where everyday life paused and a unique sense of freedom filled the streets. Merchants closed their shops, legal courts suspended their duties, and even the most serious citizens abandoned their usual restraint. Saturnalia was more than a holiday. It was a cultural reset powered by ancient ritual, winter magic, and the powerful memory of the Golden Age. The celebration opened at the Temple of Saturn in the Roman Forum, one of the most sacred ritual spaces of the ancient world. Priests performed rites dedicated to Saturn, the ancient agricultural deity who symbolized renewal, fertility, and the return of light during the darkest season. During this solemn yet uplifting ceremony, the statue of Saturn, normally bound with woolen straps, was ceremonially unbound, a gesture that signaled the release of cosmic energy and the beginning of a joyous rebellion against rigid social norms. For Romans, untying Saturn meant untying themselves from the constraints of daily life. As the ritual ended, crowds flooded the forum. Green garlands, pine wreaths, and bright decorations transformed the city into a vibrant winter festival. Musicians played rhythmic drums and flutes, blending with the laughter echoing across the cobblestones. Even the stern marble statues seemed less imposing under the colorful Saturnalia ribbons. Rome became a living stage where music, ritual fire, and winter traditions merged into a single pulsating celebration. Families prepared special meals, lit candles to symbolize the return of warmth, and offered small tokens made of clay or wax to honor the spirit of Saturn. These early forms of winter gifts, known for bringing good fortune during the solstice period, were exchanged among friends and relatives. The focus was not on extravagance but on symbolic meaning, creating a deep sense of connection within the community. This ritual of giving, tied to seasonal renewal, became one of the most beloved customs of the festival. As night settled over Rome, the city glowed with candlelight and echoes of celebration. While Saturnalia brought laughter and temporary release, its heart remained rooted in its ancient origin. It was a moment when Romans honored a primordial era of peace and abundance, and invited its spirit to return for a brief but unforgettable time each year. Across Rome, households transformed into theatrical stages, where social hierarchy bent in ways unimaginable during the rest of the year. The most striking feature of Saturnalia was the sudden switch in daily roles, a temporary inversion that fascinated ancient writers and puzzled modern historians. Wealthy patricians set aside their symbols of authority, while servants stepped into positions normally reserved for the elite. This ritual, known today as role reversal in ancient Rome, became one of the most iconic elements of the winter festival. In many homes, masters served meals directly to the people who usually cooked, cleaned, and obeyed. The act was not a display of humility, but a scripted tradition tied to the deeper symbolism of the season. Slaves were allowed to speak freely, joke about their superiors, and relax without fear of punishment. These rare moments of unrestrained expression created an atmosphere of unexpected laughter and sharp wit. Even the most serious Roman households filled with banter, exaggeration, and light teasing, adding energy and unpredictability to the feast. During these days, a special figure often presided over family gatherings. Many homes selected a mock leader called the Lord of Misrule, a symbolic ruler chosen not for power but for humor. His role was to issue playful commands, encourage games, and spark spontaneous entertainment. The environment became lively and unpredictable as dance, music, and improvised performances filled the rooms. Instead of formal etiquette, households embraced spontaneous joy and winter festivity, creating a sense of unity across social boundaries. Clothing also changed during Saturnalia. Masters often wore simple, relaxed garments instead of the refined tunics associated with their status. Slaves could wear the soft felt cap called the pileus, a powerful symbol linked to freedom in Roman culture. This visual shift highlighted the festival's focus on equality, transforming every home into a space where status, wealth, and power briefly lost their meaning. For a society built on strict order and discipline, these role reversals were both liberating and deeply symbolic. As conversations flowed and boundaries softened, families experienced a fleeting image of a world where hierarchy did not define identity. This brief social transformation added emotional depth to the festival, giving Saturnalia its legendary reputation for freedom and renewal. Do you think modern society still needs moments like this, where rules loosen and people reconnect as equals? Share your opinion in the comments. As Saturnalia reached its peak, Rome embraced a level of celebration that blended family ritual with unrestrained pleasure. The exchange of gifts marked one of the most anticipated customs of the festival. Romans offered small tokens such as wax figures, handmade charms, and seasonal candles believed to attract fortune and banish winter misfortune. These symbolic presents, known today as ancient Roman winter gifts, created a sense of unity and anticipation, turning the streets into a lively marketplace filled with color and cheerful bargaining. Games played an equally central role. During this period, gambling became not only accepted but encouraged. Dice rattled across wooden tables in taverns, courtyards, and private dining rooms. People of every class wagered coins, fruits, or simple trinkets, enjoying the thrill of chance as if good luck itself walked freely during the season. The relaxed rules of the festival made Saturnalia gambling rituals one of the most distinctive aspects of the holiday, drawing crowds eager to test fate during the shortest days of the year. Feasting elevated the celebration even further. Banquets stretched late into the night, with tables overflowing with roasted meats, sweet pastries flavored with honey, and aromatic wines. These gatherings were loud, chaotic, and filled with bold flavors that matched the season's outgoing spirit. Far from the rigid etiquette of ordinary Roman dinners, Saturnalia meals encouraged laughter, storytelling, and emotional openness. Although Roman authors often exaggerated, ancient accounts hint at gatherings where passion and indulgence blended into a more daring and uninhibited atmosphere. Certain circles, especially among the wealthy, embraced sensual banquets influenced by older fertility traditions linked to winter renewal. While not universal, these intimate festivities contributed to the reputation of Saturnalia as a festival of freedom and desire, a time when boundaries softened in favor of pleasure-driven celebration. Street performers, dancers, and musicians added to the growing energy. Rome pulsed with music, rhythm, and spontaneous entertainment. Crowds followed jugglers, acrobats, and masked performers through decorated streets, illuminated by torches and candles. These Saturnalia street performances created a world where art and celebration merged, capturing the winter spirit of joy that defined the season. The combined effect of gifts, games, feasts, and sensual freedom turned Saturnalia into a vibrant, unpredictable experience that marked the heart of Rome's winter calendar. As the Roman Empire transitioned into a Christian society, many of its long-standing winter customs blended naturally with emerging religious celebrations. Saturnalia, with its strong connection to seasonal renewal and communal joy, influenced several traditions that would later become central to early Christmas observance. The proximity of the festival to the winter solstice made it a powerful seasonal marker, and its themes of light returning, family unity, and winter feasting fit seamlessly into the new spiritual landscape. This overlap created what many scholars refer to as the ancient roots of Christmas traditions. One of the clearest continuities was the practice of exchanging small gifts during the darkest days of the year. Christian communities embraced this custom not for its pagan origin, but for its symbolic link to charity, goodwill, and the spirit of giving. Candles also continue to play an important role, now representing spiritual light rather than the agricultural cycle. These parallels helped shape early Christian winter rituals, allowing familiar customs to remain while acquiring new theological meaning. Evergreen decorations, once associated with Saturn's promise of returning fertility, gradually appeared in Christian households to symbolize eternal life. Families adorned their homes with wreaths, branches, and seasonal greenery, creating a visual bridge between Roman winter practices and the developing Christian feast. This cultural adaptation helped ease the transition toward a new religious identity while preserving cherished symbols of winter renewal. Public celebrations also underwent transformation, where Saturnalia had filled the streets with music, revelry, and symbolic freedom. Christian communities organized more structured gatherings centered on prayer, reflection, and the nativity story. Yet despite these changes, the rhythm of winter celebration remained familiar. The blending of joyful customs with sacred observance created a balance that appealed to a wide population. This gradual merging of practices is considered a key factor in the evolution of early Christian winter festivals. By aligning the celebration of Christ's birth with the period already marked by Saturnalia and the solstice season, early Christian leaders ensured widespread acceptance of the holiday. Over time, December became a month filled with layered traditions that reflected both ancient Roman heritage and emerging Christian identity. If you're enjoying this journey into the mysteries of ancient Rome, remember to subscribe to Best of History and Mythology, leave a like, and activate the notification bell so you never miss upcoming videos packed with fascinating historical secrets. Beneath the noise of festivals, gift exchanges, and winter celebrations, Saturnalia carried a deeper social purpose that Romans rarely spoke about openly. This ancient winter festival served as a psychological release for a society built on rigid hierarchy, constant political tension, and the ever-present divide between power and obedience. By allowing structured disorder for a limited time, Saturnalia acted as a cultural safety valve, preventing resentment from accumulating within Rome's vast population. Historians often refer to this as the social balancing of ancient Rome, a mechanism that preserved stability while giving the illusion of temporary equality. The festival granted Romans a moment to step outside the pressures of duty and honor, offering a controlled atmosphere where laughter, indulgence, and emotional expression were welcomed rather than judged. For the working class, these days provided rare moments of visibility and influence, turning the harsh winter season into a period of human connection rather than isolation. Saturnalia created a symbolic pause in the perpetual competition that defined Roman life, reminding citizens that joy and renewal were necessary elements of survival during the dark months of the year. For the elite, the festival carried a different significance, allowing brief freedom to those below them, reinforced their authority once the celebrations ended. By participating in the ritual of temporary equality, the upper class maintained social order without appearing oppressive. This strategic participation helped sustain loyalty and reduce unrest, contributing to what scholars identify as Rome's ritual management of power. Saturnalia was not simply entertainment, it was a cultural tool for preserving unity in an empire of vast diversity. The philosophical layers of the festival also reflected Rome's longing for an idealized past. Saturn, associated with the mythic Golden Age, represented a world free from conflict and inequality. By honoring him through a celebration of joy and shared humanity, Romans symbolically reached toward a lost era of harmony. This emotional connection to myth shaped the deeper meaning of Saturnalia, blending nostalgia with ritual in a way that strengthened collective identity. The festival's hidden function revealed the fragile balance of Roman society. Saturnalia reminded the empire of the importance of renewal, compassion, and controlled freedom, offering a brief glimpse into a world where status did not define worth. Which part of this ancient festival do you think our modern world needs the most, and why? Share your opinion in the comments. Hidden beneath the laughter, the feasts, and the colorful rituals, Saturnalia carried a message that reached far beyond celebration. At its core, the festival preserved the memory of a world that Rome believed it had lost forever. Saturn, linked to the mythic Golden Age, represented a time before ambition, conquest, and hierarchy. By honoring him each winter, Romans acknowledged a truth they rarely admitted. Their society, despite all its power, depended on a delicate balance that could be shaken if the spirit of that ancient harmony ever returned. This idea forms what many scholars call the forgotten prophecy of Saturnalia, a concept rarely explored but deeply embedded in Roman thought. During the festival, the symbolic freedom and temporary equality were reminders of a world unbound by status or domination. These traditions were not simply playful reversals. They were echoes of an age when humanity lived without rulers, without masters, and without the fear of scarcity. The Romans sensed that if Saturn's era could be revived, the foundations of their empire would become irrelevant. The festival allowed them to face this possibility without fear, transforming a cosmic threat into a ritual of joy. This dual meaning made Saturnalia a festival of ancient memory, preserving visions of a society shaped by peace rather than power. Yet the celebration also carried a quiet warning. By reenacting a world where order dissolved into harmony, the Romans reminded themselves that their authority, wealth, and control were not eternal. Even the great empire could fall if it ignored the values symbolized by Saturn. This subtle reflection created what some historians describe as a winter prophecy of Rome, suggesting that excessive rigidity could collapse under its own weight. Saturnalia became a moment when Romans confronted the possibility of transformation, both personal and societal, without challenging the structure of daily life. For the ordinary citizen, the festival offered reassurance that joy, equality, and human connection still mattered in a world dominated by politics and ambition. For the elite, it served as a reminder that leadership required balance and humility. Saturnalia's secret was that it held both groups together by encouraging them to remember a shared past while acknowledging an uncertain future. The rituals were a bridge between myth and reality, linking the empire to a story older than Rome itself. What makes this final layer so compelling is its timeless relevance. Saturnalia did not merely celebrate freedom for a few days. It whispered that history moves in cycles, that no empire lasts forever, and that every society must confront the truths buried within its oldest stories. Thank you for watching. May the spirit of ancient wisdom guide your journey, and I'll see you in our next video here on Best of History and Mythology.